Hello everyone, it's Kodiak here, and today I will be demonstrating proper safety and operation of the circular saw, also known as a skill saw. So welcome back. Before we start on the circular saw, we need to have all our PPE ready before we can start using the tool. And some of the PPE I'll be using, also known as the personal protective equipment, is the first and none other than the steel toe shoes or boots, doesn't matter, but they must be CSA certified. I hope you can see that right there. Yeah. You will also need CSA certified glasses, safety glasses, protect your eyes and eyelids and all that. You don't want to get stuff in your eyes. And you'll also need a helmet. I don't really need one today. Also, you could also use earplugs. Right here I have ear muffs. They work the same way, but today I will not be using it. Okay, cool. Now that we covered the personal protective equipment, we will start now to cover the main components of the saw. So the type of brand of saw we have is a hard saw that came from Walmart. I'm borrowing it from my father right now to use for this demonstration. It's a 20-volt lithium ion battery. It has a retractable guard, top guard, lower guard. It has this bevel for its different degrees, bevel adjustment. So this is what the 45 degree would look like. I don't know if you guys can see that there. Leave it there for a second. So on this blade, the trigger is on the right hand. Here's the safety locks. The top handle would be on the top. Also, there is a adjustable knob here for the blade length to cut for the desired length of your wood material being cut. We also have the battery slotted on the other side of the blade. Goes right there. You also have your motor on the opposite side. Yeah, I think that's, oh yeah, there also is a component here that goes with a little bag that catches the dust. Yeah, circular saw. And then these are your points that guides you with the cut, these grooves here. Also, another thing I wanted to point out, when adjusting the blade height when cutting your material, you should always remove the power source here, which is the lithium ion battery. So hard. Okay. And then you want to adjust it to about 1/4 of an inch past your material. So here you can't really see. It's about that there. My eyes aren't the best, but they're good enough. Okay, so now for the demonstration, usually we would clamp for material this small, we'd clamp it down, but today I'm just gonna freehand it, which you don't usually want to do. Right now I got my line there. You're gonna usually stand to the side of where you're cutting and let that drop down. You're gonna start the saw and you're gonna let it reach full speed, and you're gonna wait for the blade to fully stop when you're done cutting, and then remove the battery when you're making adjustments. So now we're gonna cut to show you that you follow along the line with the first groove. Let the blade reach full speed and then cut. And go all the way through. See, it kind of binded because it's not really supported, but pretty straight cut to me, or to the eye. And for some other cuts with the circular saw, you can make a miter cut, you can make a bevel cut, your degrees, and you could also make your compound miter cuts, which I won't be doing because I'm too lazy. Okay, so some common misuses or mistakes to avoid is like I did a while ago, not having it supported or having warped boards that could bind. Also forcing the cut through the material, which causes it to bind and heat up. And also when you first starting it and it's already on the wood, which is a big no-no, and putting down your saw blade before it stops turning all the way when you're done using it. Okay, so now that we talked about the necessary safety precaution and the demonstration on how to use this power tool, now that we're going to talk about what it's actually used for. It's used for framing and construction cuts, deck building, roofing, straight cuts in plywood, or OSB, rough cutting in boards, you know. But there's probably a lot more many stuff out there that it could be used for. You know, you could cut with a different blade, a carbide steel blade could cut through metal. You know, it's widely used for in the framing industry, and yeah.